now it's time for All Tonight Sport with Laura. Hi, Laura.
Hello, thank you very much, Rebecca. Good evening. The Champions League has reached the semi-final stage with Real Madrid and Chelsea, two of the clubs who signed up to the short-lived Super League, kicking things off in their pursuit of a place in the final. Right, here's a stat for you. This is the first ever season that both the League Cup semi-finals and the Scottish Cup semi-finals do not feature either Rangers or Celtic. St Johnstone lifted the League Cup in February and they could make it a double in May. However, Dundee United, Hibernian and St Mirren will have something to say about that, I'm sure. The Saints rounded off an enthralling weekend of quarter-final ties with a penalty shootout win against Kilmarnock. We'll speak to their captain in a moment, but first, this is how they got to the last four. Well, we are joined by St Mirren captain Joe Shaughnessy, who we saw there score to level the tie and force the game to go into extra time. Thanks for joining us, Joe. Are the heads sore today? Were there celebrations into the night?
Hi, Laura. Thanks for having me.
It does seem like there's a real ambition at the club to not only, stay in the league, but to really challenge in cups. What expectations do you feel as a player to go out onto that pitch and really perform? Now, rugby fans will have the 6th of May next Thursday pencilled into their diaries. That's when the British and Irish Lions head coach Warren Gatland names the players he'll take to South Africa for this summer's tour. For fans here, the burning question is how many Scots will be on the flight? Well, who better to ask than two coaching legends of the game, Sir Ian McGhie and Jim Telfer. Grand Slam winners with Scotland in 1990 guided the Lions to a famous Test win in South Africa 7 years later. They've been speaking to Andy Burke. And you can hear more from Sir Ian McGhie and Jim Telfer on the BBC Scotland Rugby podcast on BBC Sounds. Now to swimming, and one of Scotland's biggest Olympic medal hopes says he wants to emulate Andy Murray and Chris Hoy by standing on the podium in Tokyo. After 2 relay silvers, Duncan Scott wants an individual medal. Scott will be joined on the plane to Japan by former Commonwealth champion Ross Murdoch and Olympic debutantes Kathleen Dawson and Cassie Wilde. Caroline Insan reports. The last remaining Scot in the World Snooker Championship, Anthony McGill, is in a tense battle in his bid to make the last 4 of the tournament. McGill, there must be more than 2 Scots in the British and Irish Lions. I can't believe that 2 Scottish greats went on the record and just said the 2 of them.
Yeah, and they're both saying Hamish Watson probably won't make it into the Test team.
Which is really surprising because Hamish Watson obviously has been so good.
He's our best player, but you've got to be the best player at the 4. But he won the player of the tournament in the 6
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Well, that's a big debate, that one. It's a big debate, and there'll be a lot of unhappy people, whatever. Anyway, lots more on that, I'm sure, in the week ahead.
Yes, indeed. Thank you.